gonna get in big trouble. Our parents are calling us. Yeah, it's getting dark and scary outside.
Shh, I'm trying to focus.
Black, 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 black. That black is my car, it's black. Can't fuck with a broad if she whack. They hate on the job cause I'm black. Against all odds, I'm black. Nothing but kings in my circle. A prince we came to usurp. Whoa, black is black with the road. Black will be happy to break you. How do you find the truth when you're surrounded by lies? So glad that I found the booth, cause I was dying inside. Threesome with pen in the pad, writing raps like it's sex. Just know if I wrote it, just like I'm stroking, I'm zoning, I know I'm the best. I put the bounce on my flow, I spit an ass with the bros. These niggas is hating, it's all in their face and they pacing, don't want you to grow. I heard the blacker the berry is blacker, the sweeter the juice. They say the thicker the thighs, the more they say lies, the bigger caboose. About to get back to my roots. Screens fall, watching juice. Missions and bitches, I roam Vice City. I have from stars on 02. Ask your bride what it do. I'm going hard for the crew. My nigga don't lie on me, and I won't tell the truth about you. Black, 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 black. That black is my car, it's black. Can't fuck with a broad if she whack. They hate on the job cause I'm black. Against all odds, I'm black. Nothing but kings in my circle. A prince with him, you circle. If you this black with the vertical, black will be happy to break.
Black, black. All of my niggas is black too. Went to school and graduated. We used to sit at the back too. Back to the future, cause these gifts I gotta give a nigga going past due. Level up when I roll up, I ain't wanna do it, but I had to. Black, black, pants, shoes, shirt, and mask. Finna rob a nigga for the crown. Why you buying bitches handbags? Big bag full of weight, hold a nigga gold down, that's a sandbag. Tryna be a better version of myself, still I tend to let my pants sag. Don't ask me why I ain't text back, no answer. Checking on me like I'm falling off. Had to tell him no chance, sir. Got a bad bitch with a fat ass, post line, no dancer. If I get to it, then I gotta do it. Treat an instrumental like cancer.
They match my cars, black. Can't fuck with a broad if she whack. They hate on the job cause I'm black. Against all odds, I'm black. Nothing but kings in my circle. A prince with him, you circle. If you this black with the vertical, black will be happy to break you.
Black car, black man. Black car, black kid. Backyard I was playing, I got a black bra, braless. I'm black, so I'm flawless. I'm practicing, I'm on deck. I master it, I'm on next. I mastered it, I'm on next, yeah. I need racks on me, yeah. Wanna come through the pack on me, yeah. I'ma come soon and pack a seat, yeah. It's a good view if you can see it. See, come through on the beach, yeah. Young swag new on the beach, yeah. I'ma get it technical for this shit. Who the fuck said it's supposed to be fit? Yeah, black on, black pride, black ass, black boy, that guy, black hand, backside. Why's that? I'm black, that's why I drive black car, I twin Southside. Slide past mouths wide outside on one all night, alright.
Don't be so insecure. You are everything and more. You shine so bright. I know that everything will be alright.
Look into the mirror, look into your eyes. Ay, see the art of greatness, in the image of God. Everybody wanna fit in where they don't belong. Truthfully faking it, they be the fraud. Mentally stable, but morally up. Everybody wanna be the king.
Hey guys, welcome back to We Can Do Better Radio. And today we are here with Maximilian.
Yeah, Maximilian.
And we're doing a little bit different of an interview. We're doing a more personal interview. So it's just gonna be me, Heather J, and Maximilian today. And so let's just go ahead and jump into this interview because I'm super excited. So first of all, I know you're super young, right? I don't like to normally just like straight up ask like, how old are you? But so I won't, but I know you're young. I'm just throwing that out there because everything that you've done so far, it seems like, you know, really, really great, like especially for your age. And so just where are you from?
Well, I'm from Duncanville, Texas. I'm from originally Detroit, but right now I'm still in Duncanville, Texas.
And how long did you live in Detroit?
Well, you know, I was born and raised in Detroit, so I was there until I was like 10 years old, and from 11 to, you know, now, Duncanville. So, yeah.
Okay, so you've only been in Duncanville, so, and this is your first album, right?
Yeah, it's my freshman album.
And what did you name the album?
914 Duncanville.
Right, and so obviously you went to Duncanville High School, and I would guess, is that like the address of it, or why 914?
Well, 914 is the address of, you know, the house, and I've been living there, of course, this long, so it's like so many memories from age 11 to now have transpired, and I feel like that's half of my life in the house, so yeah, 914.
Alright, so 914 Duncanville, that's the name of your house. So this is this going to be an album that kind of introduces you as a person from how you were raised?
Yeah, I mean, I can tell any fan right now that the album is going to introduce I would say an articulate sound for me. There are bangers on the track that are, emotional songs, but this track right here introduces me as an artist. It's a very personal project. So, yeah.
All right. So, since we're talking about your music, and obviously you put a lot of thought behind your message. So, what is your message that you would want to portray to your followers, your fans, or whatever you like to call them?
Oh man, as far as the project for 914, it would be, honestly, in any community that you're in, try to set a positive figure, because it's hard to be a role model when you have so much dirt on your name. It's hard to be a good person when you have a messed up past. So anywhere you go in life, try to set a positive figure for people. And always think about your actions before you do them. So, yeah.
Who don't see you equal, who don't see the value of you niggas. Born to be a golden royalty inside a world that's formulated a cheap shit. My soul was purchased with a price, so ain't the demons can't lease that. Anybody wanna know what it's like?
So would you call your followers do you call them followers, or would you like to call them fans, or what would you choose to call the people who support your music?
Well, I never looked at it as fans or followers, because to me that's like they worship me. I look at it as a family. People who share the same things that I go through. People who can relate to me is family, because they understand the pain that I go through in my heart. They understand the pain that they go through in their heart. And if we both have a relation, that's family. So, yeah.
All right. That's cool. I like that you call it family. I feel like a lot of artists always like to say something different, because fan isn't really explaining maybe the relationship they have with the people who support them.
Right, exactly.
If you like to be a good role model, and so when you see celebrities like, for example, like Kanye West, or even Sarah Silverman and all these other people who are coming out politically, Beyonce, how do you feel about them coming out politically, and would you do that if you were in their shoes?
Everybody has a right to express themselves. It's just about what's morally right. Everybody at the end of the day has their truth. And I forgot how the quote goes, but it's like, there's your truth, there's that person's truth, and then there's the truth. And so when we get to talk about Kanye West and Beyonce, at the end of the day, they have the right to express themselves, but that doesn't mean I can't disagree with what they say. Kanye West is a great musician, but as far as his political beliefs, I can't say I agree with the same stuff that he says, aside from him being a great musician, So, yeah.
All right, and I actually do get a lot of mixed, reactions to, supporting or not supporting Kanye West. So, and I can understand, he's coming out politically is like totally different than, like, for example, somebody who was outed to be a monster like R. Kelly. Like, how would you expect to support? I mean, like, are you still supportive of the music in that case? Or would you just be like, nah, I'm just gonna throw it all in the trash?
Well, you know what? With situations like that, with people like R. Kelly or something, if somebody messes up, they mess up. And even with the term fans, this is why it's important to understand that when you have that level of people following you, you have to ask how healthy is it when they're following you to the point to where you can fuck up and do something bad, excuse my language, and those people will still ride with you, knowing you to murder someone or you to rape someone. Like, you have to question your sanity at that point as a fan. And so the whole R. Kelly trial, I mean, dude was a great musician, but he messed up along his line of his career, and that's something he has to pay for. That's something he has to undergo. So, yeah.
Right. So I know, even though you're young and you're just beginning and you're about to drop your album, you still somehow have like gotten these amazing interviews, right? So tell me who you've interviewed with, first of all.
Well, the best interviews I've interviewed so far is shout out to Hertz, man. It's built for anything. I think you gotta be built for anything in life. There's another one, can't think of it at the top of my head, but the Walker Review. The Walker Review was a great interview. And then, of course, 979 The Beat. Even though that's like probably one of the shortest interviews I've done, 979 The Beat was the most essential interview I've done, because I grew up in Duncanville, waking up in the morning, going to Kennebec Middle School, listening to J. Cruz, Be the Local in the morning. You know, I'm just think 4 years later, you would be on the platform. You can't tell that's not inspirational.
That is extremely inspirational, and you're so young and you're just beginning. But actually, I don't know that you're just beginning. But actually, how long have you been doing music?
Since last year, about April.
What? That's crazy. Yeah. I had no idea that okay, so you are literally just beginning.
Yeah.
That is so amazing. So have you just been sitting and just gaining power for like the last 18 years of your life? Like, and then you were just like, I'm just gonna go ahead and put it into this CD. Like, how did you get to where you are right now musically? In a year? You said not even a whole year.
Yeah, it hasn't been a whole year. Well, you know, the crazy thing about that is it's about networking, really. Like, before I was doing hip-hop, because I've always had an interest for hip-hop. I was a hip-hop artist before, you know, I gave it up for 3 years. But before I was going to continue doing hip-hop, I wanted to do real estate or insurance. And what they teach you in real estate is networking. In order to get somewhere, you have to network with that person. It's not about using it, it's about shaking hands to get to the next level. And when you continue to knock at somebody's door, they eventually have to open the door and say, okay, what you want? That's how it is in any field, any business. You have to network, you have to step out, you have to put yourself out there. You know, you have to market yourself. So if you ain't talking about yourself, if you ain't marketing yourself, you ain't going nowhere. You have to market yourself.
That is 100%. Oh my gosh. If this isn't just, I mean, this interview is so great because you are literally saying things that I feel artists need to hear. There's people out here who make music and then they don't ever do anything with it, and it's great, you know, to love what you do, but if you want to be successful in it, you have to market yourself and you have to put yourself out there. That's the actual vulnerability of being an artist.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, sorry, I'm like being an artist and expecting you to have like some comment.
Hey, I've been on my grind, I hope the 9 to 5 will see my wallet. I've been direct with these niggas, I still see no deposits. I never vote, the only joke is on political office. Cause while you focus on Trump, I'm thinking about my dollars. Cause my mama trying to kick me out the house without it. It's either that or going back to college. Scholarship, either that or working full-time for scholarship. Searching full-time for a job, ain't no offerings.
Saturday morning. Saturday morning. Woke up so good, giving glory. Saturday morning.
You actually wanted to tell me a little bit about materialism and what it means to you, and I'm just gonna let you actually say it because I don't want to put any kind of emphasis on it.
Yeah.
Sure, go ahead.
So personally, like, I want to come here and talk about this. You know, as I came here, I appreciate you for saying earlier you have your own style. Like, I want to start moving into the genre of how Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, Tyler the Creator, I can't think of any other creators in my mind, but other artists who just focus on the art and not the brand of themselves. Now, it's okay to have a good brand of yourself, but they don't popularize flashiness, materialism, having more than others. They focus on their words. They focus on what first got them there, is their craft. And I think artists should really get back to, it is okay to brand yourself, but really get back to making art again. How can you have a great looking image with horrible ass music? That makes no sense, man. Like,
yeah.
You can look fly, you know what I'm saying? You can have all the chains in the world, you can have all the bust down watches in the world and still make shitty music. Like, I think artists have to get back to the point to where they're giving to the people who are following them. Because ain't nobody following you because you wear a nice watch. It's just not like that, you know? So I think people really need to get back, artists really need to get back to focusing on the art first, and then the materialism, you know, can be a little side piece. Me personally, I just know it's the art first for me. So, thank you.
That's awesome. So, you're so young to just have this like really old school mentality of, you know, you're very humble. Mm-hmm. You do have your own style, and I can't believe that you created this style since within the course of a year. It hasn't even gotten to be a whole year yet. So if there was anything that you could, you know, maybe tell somebody who's striving to be where you're at right now, what would you say? I know you said you what is this about self-belief that you were going to tell me? Because I have a feeling that this is exactly why you're here right now.
Self-belief. So, you know, you would think that in the field that I'm in right now, you see me on 97.9 The Beat, you see me on We Can Do Better Radio. You know, you see me on different interviews and you think, damn, this guy has a mate. He must have an entourage. He must have this dude with him. It's like, you know, half the time I do this stuff by myself. Half the time I reach out to people by myself. You know, I write my own treatment for my music videos. Like, everything that I've done this year has been on my own. I put my own money behind myself. You know, I write my own lyrics. I do it all by myself. And then the hardest part is doing the work, but then having to have the faith behind the work. A lot of people can do the work, then lose the faith. So self-belief is a major thing because when other people are not supporting you, you got to be your biggest supporter. It's difficult. It's difficult to be your own supporter when people make excuses of why they can't support you. They don't cost a dime to support you. They don't. But yeah, it's important to have self-belief.
So when did you just, what age did you just wake up and just start thinking, I'm not going to get anywhere unless I put myself there? Because that sounds like your mentality in general, because you're actually, you know, very young, so I'm trying to figure out, like, when did that start for you and how? Did you read a book? Was there events that happened in your life? Like, what is it? What's this motivation? Where does it come from?
Yeah, it was literature. Like, you know, the Bible says, discretion shall preserve you and understanding shall keep you. You know, and without discretion, which is purpose, and knowledge, you're not going nowhere. You don't have knowledge and then purpose. How do you expect to move, you know, forward in life? Everyone has to have a purpose, and they have to have understanding of what that purpose is in their life. So with those two things, that's what inspired me to want to move forward. I say I want to have a better life for my children, you know, a successful, happy career, you know, and a happy wife. You know, I want to be somewhere later. I went to Jamaica this year. I want to be somewhere later with my wife in Jamaica. Yeah, it's like, it's a beautiful thing. So, yeah.
Oh my God, you're so awesome. Okay, I love you so much. You're great. I feel like you are a breath of fresh air to, you know, this generation. You know, I think it's really great. So with everything that you said, it seems like, you know, you're just a very positive person. And I feel like, you know, it'll portray in your music for this time going forward. But, you know, with your style, I know there's been some comparisons. And I was just wondering, so what else has influenced your style? You've lived in Detroit, you've lived in Duncanville. What are the influences and how did you get where you are right now?
Well, I feel like any musician who tells himself that he's originally made is a damn lie. Because, you know, the scriptures say there's nothing new under the sun. Every single person has an influencer. You know, Luke Skywalker was influenced by Obi-Wan Kenobi. You know, Elijah was influenced by Elisha. Like, everyone has someone who sets the pathway and they just continue to pave it. J. Cole was influenced by Nas, Kendrick Lamar by Jay-Z. So me personally, when it comes to hip hop, I've always loved J. Cole first. You know, Kendrick is an influence, Andre, you know, Nas, and other people who really just kept the art first and the other things outside their lifestyle second. So that's it.
I love myself, my wealth is through my heritage.
If I was going to turn on your phone or whatever you listen to music to, what is the last song that you just listened to?
Insecure featuring Maria B off my album.
Hey, that's awesome. Because you got to support yourself, and I believe it because you're a self-believer, for real.
Yeah.
I also want to know this too. What is your hype song? So I have multiple hype songs and they change throughout the year, you know, and I just listen to these songs. They get me super hyped. And mine is Juice by, I can't remember what her name is right now, but I'll remember later. But anyway, so I listen to it all the way over here. So, but what's your hype song?
Hustle and Motivate by Nipsey Hussle.
Oh, nice. Hey, that's a good one. I love Nipsey Hussle. He's definitely made the hype song list before. So, also, I have to ask you this question because I have to know. But, like, I don't know if you're wearing socks, but if you do wear socks and when you wear socks, when you wake up in the morning and you, like, open up your drawer, oh, wait, are they in your drawer?
Damn, I don't even know if I own a pair of socks. Like,
so you're not a sock person?
Like, I mean, I am a sock person, but it's like, I just get up and go. Like, I put my pants on, put my shirt on, put my shoes on, and I go. That's how focused I am on what I do. I don't think about what I wear. Nah, I do iron my shit, of course, but you know what I'm saying? I'm more focused on the goal. Like, I have to get the goal done before I worry about how I look. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't look pretty and get your feet dirty. Like, you can't do both.
You can if you get a pedicure before you get muddy. You can walk through the mud. You can see your pedicure straight through the mud.
You know, you probably tiptoe around some important things if you do that. I feel like if you really want to get that grit and that support, you have to get your feet dirty. You know what I'm saying? You have to just run and get it. So yeah.
Yeah, I know. I feel you. I'm just playing with
Dry
you.
your eyes, don't let them see you broken. It's alright, just know that you are chosen. Just know to keep your head up. I know that you are fed up, yeah. People say things tonight.
So 914 Duncanville is going to be your first album. When are you dropping it?
We're looking around May. I want to drop 2 more singles before I release it. There's a single I want to drop. I'm saying too much now, but there's a single I want to drop February the 23rd. And I'm not going to give me names till a couple weeks from now, but I'm going to drop a single this month or next month of February. And then most likely another single the month before I release the project around April. You know, when students are getting ready to graduate. Because 914 is also about students graduating too. So yeah.
Oh, okay, awesome. And do you have any performances scheduled for this year?
Yeah, I have a performance. Shout out to Becky the Poet at Unspoken Word Showcase. I have a performance this Friday. I'm performing all 3 singles. Mommy You Did It, Nappy It Israelite, and Insecure. So shout out to Becky for that. And then I'm trying to put together a tour for Austin or San Antonio. So yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much for interviewing with us, and we're super excited and look forward to following you in all your music endeavors. I'm sure they're going to be amazing, and we're excited to see what you got.
Thank you.
And thank you so much for coming. We can do better. Toodles.
Thank you.
Who don't see the value of uniqueness? Born to be a golden royalty inside a world that's formulated a cheap shit. My soul was purchased with a price, so ain't the demons can't lease that. Anybody wanna know what it's like to sell your soul in this music life? I ain't even talking about sacrifice, just when you know you can't sleep at night. Filled with patience and dedication and hoping that they will spare the time. Filled with anger, exasperation when they can't reciprocate the likes. Everybody wanna be noticed, keep focused, only me and I. How much is the price of your soul again? And what is the purpose of your existence? And why does your validation and self-worth formed off of their opinions? Just to keep it realer, insecurities come from broken wishes. Max.
Da 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 ooh. Oh, got no time to fall in love. Even if I fall, I'm falling for. Told myself the world is yours. What y'all know about them Texas balls? Pop told me that life ain't easy. Life ain't what you see on TV. All this shit is make believe. Tell me what's your fantasy? Living the life they only imagine. Like I got a genie and my name Aladdin. I cannot front, my thinking was backwards. Go get you some money, that shit is attractive. Everything I knew would happen, happened. It did. Only thing left to do is go platinum. For real. He's stealing my swag and calling it fashion. Chill. She stealing my raps and use them for captions. Some niggas dig ride like traders. Some niggas switch sides like Vader. I rather get my own paper. I'm the original, the creator. And I'm a real life tastemaker. I'm about to take off, see you later. If you don't like that, you a hater. When you on top, ain't nothing greater. Some niggas dig ride like traders. Some niggas switch sides like Vader. I rather get my own paper. I'm the original, the creator. And I'm a real life tastemaker. I'm about to take off, see you later. If you don't like that, you a hater. When you on top, ain't nothing greater. And I come from Linfield Road. Still I got my ducks in a row. Sold everything but my soul. You need more than phone calls to reach me. Yeah. Da 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 ooh. ride like traders. Some niggas switch sides like Vader. I rather get my own paper. I'm the original, the creator, and I'm a real life tastemaker. I'm about to take off, see you later. If you don't like that, you a hater. When you on top, ain't nothing greater. Some niggas dig ride like traders. Some niggas switch sides like Vader. I rather get my
Sip on that wine when you love me. Champagne in the bath and it's bubbly. I hate the truth cause it's ugly. Are you with me for me or the money? Are you with me for me or the money? My memory getting fuzzy. You play your part, yeah, as usual. And I'm first to death like a funeral. You spill the tea like per usual. You don't give a fuck and it's neutral. I swing down the car light on neutral. Swing it then butterfly top. You don't care about me, so stop. You play with these niggas, you bop. Back in the gap, you turn heads. You didn't wanna cuff like a cop. Yeah, okay. Baby girl left on my life. Fuck it, can do this shit right, yeah. I knew you since way back. Used to put ice with the Sprite, yeah. How could you ever run game on me? A nigga with 5 or 6 chains on me. Used to fuck with you, you put the blame on me. But I took you back, yeah, that shame on me. Baby girl left on my life. Fuck it, can do this shit right, yeah. I knew you since way back. Used to put ice with the Sprite, yeah. How could you ever run game on me? A nigga with 5 or 6 chains on me. Used to fuck with you, you put the blame on me. But I took you back, yeah, that shit, yeah. Hey, it's a shame on me. It's a shame on me, yeah, it's a shame on me, yeah, it's a shame. Whoa, shame on me, yeah, it's a shame on me, yeah. Whoa, shame on me, yeah, it's a shame on me, yeah. Whoa, okay, shame on me, yeah, it's shame on you, yeah. Whoa, the blame's on me, yeah, put the blame on you, yeah. Whoa, separate my ties, I cry, can't dry my eyes, yeah. Damn, this girl white lie every day, girl, I done try, yeah. Never ever been the same since back when. Never really thought I had it bad back then. Never gave a fuck about the consequence. I did better for you. I did better for you. Show you to the new. Red lights in the room. Yeah, you had it confused. How much have you used? Yeah. Baby girl left on my life. Fuck it, can do this shit right, yeah. I knew you since way back. Used to put ice with the Sprite, yeah. How could you ever run game on me? A nigga with 5 or 6 chains on me. Used to fuck with you, you put the blame on me. But I took you back, yeah, that shame on me. Baby girl left on my life. Fuck it, can do this shit right, yeah. I knew you since way back. Used to put ice with the Sprite, yeah. How could you ever run game on me? A nigga with 5 or 6 chains on me. Used to fuck with you, you put the blame on me. But I took you back, yeah, that's, yeah. Hey, it's a shame on me, yeah. Shame on me. Yeah, it's a shame on me. Yeah. Okay, shame on me. Yeah, it's a shame on me. Yeah, okay, shame on me. Yeah, a shame on me. Yeah. Never ever been the same since back when. Never really thought I had it bad back then. Never gave a fuck about the consequence. I did better for you. Yeah, I did better for you. Show you to the new. Yeah, red lights in the room. Yeah, you had it confused.
Hey guys, welcome back to We Could Do Better Radio. We're always showing you where we could do better. And I have Franco with a C, not a K, with me today. And oh, I'm sorry, before we move on, I just wanted to say that was our pre-recorded interview with Maximilian. Y'all go to our YouTube, We Could Do Better Radio on YouTube. Subscribe, hit the bell. Don't just subscribe and not hit the bell because that's nonsense, y'all. You're not going to want to miss out on anything we have to say, okay? Anyways, but moving on, we're going to be interviewing Franco with C
Okay, let's go ahead and brand that right now because he made sure that I wrote it down on my piece of paper that I had to see. So no, I'm just kidding. But before we get into that, I just want to tell you guys about my new segment that we're going to be starting off with. And it's called Intention of the Day. I don't know if there is some sort of graphic, but you see it right in front of me. Anyway, so my intention of today is to literally explain to you how maybe possibly setting an intention daily can help you be more productive or whatever it is that you're missing out in your life. If you set an intention to do so, you will actually see yourself working towards it because it sets your day on a very positive vibe. So my intention of today was to be really productive. And I am being very productive, but almost too productive because I was almost late. But there was also a fire down the street, so hopefully nobody's hurt. The intention of the day has nothing to do with that. But moving on. So, Franco, come into the mic so we can hear you. First of all, let's start off with, where are you from?
I was raised in Irving, and I spent a lot of time in Dallas, spent a little time in Houston. So you could say I'm a Texan, you know.
So just various places in Texas.
Yeah,
then.
basically, yeah.
All right. And what kind of art do you do?
What kind of art?
Yeah.
I do a little bit of everything. I do some body paint. I like to do mixed media, you know. What I often like to do is take something that people might see as like average or normal, you know, just something regular, and then kind of try to twist it or make people see it in a different way, or help them think about it in a way that they haven't thought about it, you know. But I mean, I paint, I draw. I'm learning how to do tattoos right now.
Oh, awesome.
So I mean,
okay, you know,
sky's the limit.
I always think that tattoo artists that used to be or are still current artists in general that do other things outside of tattooing, like drawing or painting, end up being like the absolute best because they're just gonna use skin as a canvas now. So I mean, I would definitely get a tattoo from you, but I'm very scared of needles. I've already been down that and I'm not going down it again. But okay, so actually I'm looking at some of your pictures right now, and I was looking at them. I see the pictures of the girls. That almost looks like a photograph that you like added to, but did you paint it or did you add to the photograph?
So one thing that I like to do, like I said, I like to take regular things and put a twist on them. A lot of the times I'll cut out things from a magazine or from a poster, whatever, and I'll just take that regular Vogue image and, you know, put some eyes on it, put some tentacles, arms, you know, put some, you know, just change it up, you know, instead of just having the regular beauty, whatever that people normally see. Yeah.
So but when you say you put like eyeballs or a tentacle, I mean, like, what is that for though? Like, what is it to represent?
Well, everything is, I think, perception, you know. I think we get used to seeing things in a certain light, and once we see them in that light, that becomes our normal way of thinking. You know, I think not enough people are visualizing this world, or like just seeing things in another perspective. You know, everybody has tunnel vision. You know, everybody feels like this is supposed to be like that, that's supposed to be like that, you know.
Right. Oh, okay, I see where you're going with that. So that being said, what kind of art would you say that would be? Is that just like I mean, what kind of art would it be? I'm not even gonna make a guess.
Like
I've seen a couple people do that, you know, where they bring in other aspects of art, like for example, like a photograph or something that you saw, and you just added to your canvas, and you added on top of that.
I like to call it like real life Photoshop, because essentially that's what you're doing.
Yeah, that is what it is, basically. Yeah.
But I'm doing it in, like, you could touch it like it's physical.
And it's crazy because it looks like Photoshop.
Right? Yeah.
It really, because when I was looking at it, I was like, wait, so does he do Photoshop too? And that's so insane that you paint it. So was this paint?
Yeah, so all that is 100% like physically done with either a pen or a pencil or some kind of paint. I use watercolors, acrylic, you know, I just see an image anywhere, in a magazine, in a book, and the idea strikes me, and I just go for it, you know. I follow it, you know.
I like that. I like it. So Is this a picture of Ashley Graham?
I'm
It
honestly
looks like-
I'm honestly not sure who that is, if I'm being 100% honest.
It kind of looks like
Yeah.
Ashley Graham a little bit. You probably were just looking at pictures and you found her, but she's really pretty. And it's so funny that you talk about the perception and her being like a plus size model. Obviously, it's like in the perception of whoever is looking at that picture, because she's gotten a lot of back and forth. So I just automatically assumed it was her and like had like all these ideas about it. But
Well, look, I didn't even think that she was plus size when I seen her. I just
well,
thought that's a
most
beautiful
plus
lady.
size models don't even look like they're plus. I mean,
Yeah.
what is a plus size model, right? It's all about
Exactly.
perception. I mean, not being a zero. Is that what makes
Exactly.
you a plus size model?
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, I think it is Ashley Graham now, which would only
Is
make
it?
it go in further with what you're already doing.
Mm.
But okay, so I know that I asked you earlier like what was your muse, but you said everything. So what would include everything then? Because for me, as a muse, like as a writer, I've had specific people that have inspired a lot of poetry out of me, and specific people who have inspired stories
Right.
for me. So I would say people are my muse
Okay.
in general, and you know they take time, like you know in between each person, like I'll just find like another one you know. So it could be from actually like, you know, my own niece has inspired multiple stories, to somebody that I'm dating, to a best friend, to some
Yeah.
random person that I saw in a parking lot. That's what I mean. So
Do your exes ever tell you, hey, stop writing about me? Or
no, they're fucking happy that I would even consider writing about it. If I literally pick up this pen and I'm writing about it, you should feel really,
You
really
should
special.
just
okay?
feel honored.
Honored, because most people don't have that effect on me.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, but that's what I mean by, I guess, where do you catch most of your inspiration?
It's mostly from, I feel like, experiences. I'll either just gravitate, usually I gravitate towards emotions, right? So when I'm working on a piece, I'll look for like a concept, but I'll make it as vague as possible. So I'll say like anger or rage, you know, something like that. And then I put a little piece of it. And then once that little piece is there, then I just let it branch out, you know. I just let the creativity flow through me, basically. And I embrace that emotion, you know, regardless of what it is. If I'm angry, if I'm trying to make something that's going to make somebody feel sad. More than anything, like I said, I'm always trying to make people see things in a different way. But I think also art is about making you feel something, you know. I don't want people to just see my art and just say, oh, okay, that's pretty, or that's good, or, you know, he's a good artist. Whenever I have people look at my art, I want them to think about it. I want them to feel about it, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that's what art should be about.
It should be about that. And I think that you're on the right track, honestly. I really like all of it. And I would say that it's definitely, like, especially this one right here. I don't know which one. Do you have names for all your paintings?
That one, I can't remember the name.
I think it says all the gods and all the heavens and all the hells are within you.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the name of it, but that's what it says on Instagram. It's pretty great. I like how it has like all the darkness to it, but it has like a lot of light too, which is basically what you just stated
In my
with
description.
words.
Yeah.
Yeah, so whenever you're trying to put that emotion into your art, like, is it always the same process? Or, I mean, because I know you said that you keep it really vague, but whenever you're choosing like which kind of art you're gonna do, do you just feel like, oh, I'm gonna express it through drawing or painting or
no,
or real life Photoshop?
I just kind of let the creativity flow through, but there's a lot of contrast in my art as well. Like for that one, it's, you know, light and darkness as well, because I feel like we're so complex as humans. You know, we're not just, I don't believe that everybody's good. I don't believe that everybody's evil. You know, I think that there's feelings inside of us. There's storms inside of us. You know, there's different emotions that we feel. You know, it's almost like there's different people inside of us, you know.
Right.
And so for me to just specify on one thing, it's more complicated than that.
No, I totally understand.
I don't know if I answered your question. I don't think I did.
I mean, like, I feel like you answered a better question.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
That's really great. So if you could say that you wanted to reflect something or like possibly send a message, or what is what is your mission with your art?
My mission is just to reach out to people. You know, art is it's just images. It's just things that you see a lot of the times. I mean, especially with my art, you know, I don't usually have any words in it or anything like that. It's just something that you visualize. But I mean, we all experience that feeling when you like look at something and it reminds you of something else. You know, it brings back a memory of something else, you know. And that's really more of the emotion that I'm trying to get from people. You know, I want people to react to what I'm doing, and I want them to interpret it themselves. That's why a lot of the times I won't put a caption on my piece. I might just put like a little quote if I do, or something like that.
I love it when people put captions,
you know?
Because personally, I guess, I don't know if it's just because I am a writer, so it helps me see what you're trying to say. But I really do like art, and I like to just look at it, but I like to then look at what you said to see if it was the same thing.
If it's the same thing.
Yeah.
But see, a lot of it you have to interpret yourself. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
I want my art to be not for me. I want it to be for everybody. You know what I'm saying? I want you to be able to see it and say, okay, you know, that strikes me in some kind of way.
Like
you know?
the Ashley Graham thing. I like went on a whole thing. I was like, what's that Ashley Graham up here?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's Ashley Graham for real. I love her. She's so pretty.
She's pretty as hell. Yeah.
Yeah, she's really, really pretty, but she is controversial as hell. Like, I couldn't even tell you like how much controversy she's brewed up in the modeling industry. So.
Yeah.
But okay, so let's talk about something political. So would you say that you ever cover anything politically with any of your art, or does politics affect you to where you would even want to do some art about it?
Politics. That's
the reason why I'm asking is because a lot of artists and a lot of musicians, like people who are in the industry at this point, like they're all using their power to affect change in whatever way they see, if it's left or right or neither, you know, or if it's just like whatever their mission statement is for their life, like they use that platform. And so that's what I was asking, but not everybody does. So like you are more expressing emotions, you know, so but I didn't want to limit you, so I was asking, are you affected by the political state of this country?
I mean, I have done a couple of pieces. You know, I'm gonna go ahead and say I'm not a Trump supporter at all.
I mean, it's okay. You don't have to look around the room. I don't think anyone's like, in here. Like, not a shock. You know?
So
I'd be more shocked if you were. I'd be like, what the heck?
So there's actually a couple of graffiti pieces that I did in Houston.
Awesome.
Anti-Trump graffiti pieces. So if you guys ever like see any of that,
Oh man, I wish you had a picture of it.
No, I unfortunately don't. I mean,
Streets.
it's one of those gems you just run into. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But no, typically I try not to get into the whole political thing because you know it gets messy.
It gets really, really, really messy, and it kind of limits you, like, because if somebody has a different opinion, but I mean, We Could Do Better Radio has gone back and forth on the political thing. Also, we're more spiritual now, but you know, back in the day, we were arguing a lot, like about politics. So I can understand both sides.
I mean, politics. What are politics really? Because
there's all kinds of politics. There's social politics, and then there's actual like government politics, you know, and I feel like both affect art and music a lot, you know, because if you think about why people turn to art in general is because what's affecting them, you know. So when I listen to a music, like any kind of music at all, like that's going to depend on what my attitude is. Like I tend to listen to a lot of punk rock when I'm angry, you know, like, or like, you know, I mean not angry in general, but like if I feel like if I feel like a minority, I'll start to listen to punk rock because they're normally speaking out against the government. You know, real punk rock anyways. And I just look at the camera into that. I mean, you don't have to necessarily be an anarchist to be into punk rock. You know, you could also be any other form. But like, I'm just saying, like, you know, I just sorry, I'm going on a tangent. But anyway, we'll go back to I do have a question because I saw on your Instagram that you actually painted shoes before, right?
Yeah, I did.
So is that like a thing that people can ask you to do? Like if they didn't want a painting and they just wanted your shoes, like do you buy the shoes or do they give you the shoes?
Okay, yes, of course. Anybody hit me up. I can do any kind of clothing, any kind of shoes. Really, I just need you to give me the shoes or give me the jacket, whatever you want, and I can get it done. You know, I don't like to limit myself, and honestly, I'm all over the place, you know.
Right.
I don't like to just stick to one thing. Maybe this week I'm painting, but maybe next week I'm working on some shoes. Maybe the next week I'm doing some graffiti. So
that you won't take pictures of.
That I won't
that
take
you
pictures
should take
of.
pictures of.
You know what? Not everything has to be on social media.
No, you're right. You're right.
Not
I'm
everything has
super
to be
big
on
about that too. I have like
Yeah.
a million pictures I've never uploaded.
For sure.
Yeah.
Live in the moment, people.
Yeah, you really should. But
Yeah.
you should also take pictures of that.
Yeah.
And just show your friends. You know, you don't have
Yeah,
to
yeah,
show the world. But okay, so what are your plans for the future with your art?
Well, like I said, I'm learning how to do tattoos right now. So I definitely want that to be like a priority in my near future. But right now I continue working on my art. I'm gonna be at the Boo show, the Dallas and Pancake and Boo show on the 27th.
Oh, nice.
So definitely check me out there. But right
Where's
now
that at?
it's gonna be in the Door, I believe, in Deep
Oh,
Ellum.
okay.
Yeah. But
Like the 27th, so that's tomorrow, or are you talking about April? Are you talking about tomorrow?
27th of April. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
I
No,
was
not
like-
tomorrow. Not tomorrow.
Oh, okay,
But,
okay.
Yeah,
That's
so
pretty fun.
yeah, I'm just trying to get into some art shows right now. I don't know, man. I'm just trying to spread the art, you know.
Spread the art.
Spread the art.
And I have a question about
Mhm.
body painting because I've always been really interested in that. Like, so do you have any weird stories about body painting? Because I feel like it's weird to choose a person's body as like a canvas, you know? Like, I mean,
Yeah.
what? Like, I know that there has to be some weird stories. Is it difficult? Like, tell me what's the difference between using a human and like a canvas.
You know what's harder? To actually get somebody to agree to it.
Really?
Because- Yeah, because
What? And Deep Ellum people are always looking for body painters just in general for their events. Like, I've seen
Yeah.
multiple body painters. Yeah, I'll
I
hook you up.
mean, you know what? Not a lot of people are comfortable with their clothes off. That's just the honest
You got to
truth.
get models.
Yeah.
You know, models are all about that because they want pictures for their portfolios.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
But I don't want to just have Instagram models and, you know.
Why you wouldn't necessarily have to? I mean, there's legit models that
Yeah.
that want it. So, but yeah, no, I feel you on that because I feel like it would start with Instagram.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Yeah. But yeah.
What about a Facebook model?
Facebook
I'm just kidding.
Sure.
Do they even
Yeah,
have those?
Twitter model. I don't know if that's a thing.
Twitter model. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so anyway, so social medias are all. What are your social medias? Where can they find you and contact you for work?
I am on Instagram right now, Franco L Frias, and that's really it. That's the best way to contact me on Instagram for sure. Just send me a DM, send me a message, whatever.
Right, and
You
he
know.
said he can do any kind of clothing. So right, so shoes. Can
Uh-huh.
you do socks?
I can do socks.
Really? What are you gonna do to
Shirts,
socks that can be stiff?
Whatever.
Shirts, shoes. What have you done?
What have I done?
Yeah.
I've done some shoes. I've done a jacket. That's mostly what I've done right now. I also do like wood engravings.
Oh, awesome! That's
and
cool.
I don't see you have your ears pierced, but
I do.
I have a lot of friends with plugs, and I've done a couple of plugs for them. You know,
Oh,
like
that's
the
cool.
big like
I'm
1
just-
inchers
it
or
just,
whatever.
Like, it just like seems like it would hurt so much. Otherwise, I would do it.
Yeah. So I'll buy like the wood. I'll cut out the size and everything.
You
know.
you make them out of wood.
Mhm.
Wood.
Yeah, and then I'll put the design on there, and I'll like burn it on there myself, whatever it may be. You know, some initials, a flower, you know, a
Seems
portrait.
like you should just start making some stuff and then just having it for sale.
You know what my biggest problem is? I don't have enough time. Like that's really it. Like I just on my free time, I'm always like trying to make something. You know, yeah. For
So
sure.
that's whenever you fit in people who are like, here, paint these shoes for me, right?
Yeah, 100%.
All right. Well, thank you for interviewing with us.
Thank you for having me.
And so we just plugged him. He's on Instagram. Oh,
Pancakes and
tell us
Booze,
about the Pancakes and Booze.
April
once more.
27th. I'm doing live body paint that day, so definitely check me out.
And if you guys are comfortable with your clothes off, hit him up.
Yeah, hit me up.
For body painting, okay? Y'all don't be extra, okay? So, but anyways, thank you so much for coming and talking to us. And that's the end of our show. But before I go, I did want to also speak one more time about this intention of the day. I really think it's super important that you guys try to start doing this because it reminds you when you start doing stuff like that's off of your intention, you can go back to your intention. Like, does this fit my intention for today? No, it doesn't, because somebody like me and like you, for example, right, very, very, very busy. So sometimes I'll start doing something that doesn't have anything to do with the intention I have for today. So it ends up that I'm just doing a little bit of everything all day long instead of specific days for one thing. And that really, really helps. So when my intention is to study, I can't be doing stuff for We Could Do Better Radio and or anything else, because I've already decided that today's gonna be that day. And if I stick with my intentions, by the time we get to the end of the week, I have so much more done. So we're gonna start off our show with an intention of the day, just so you guys can see how that might even help us stay on track. So, but anyways, you guys have a great Tuesday. See y'all next Tuesday, and toodles. Remember, we could always do better.
You don't know who you are, or you can be whoever you wanna be. When you here with me, the music's so loud. Don't get lost in the crowd.
You went to the into the
Baby, let me tell you something. I've been looking for some loving, affectionate only in privacy, cause I can't hold hands in public. Don't like it when people be eyeing me. That shit right there give me anxiety, but I got a couple of pills for that, and then you get to see the high me. Another rapping ass black man, except I took baths in the black sands. I heard that boy got a price on my head. I run in that bitch with a black mask. Another stripping ass black queen. See, I ain't mad at her, she do a thing. As soon as she done with law school, we taking the trip to the Netherlands. Oh, I got some more bars for days and it sound like some coke. Yeah, bitch, it's dope. Who is that whispering? Check by the window, it sound like a ghost. I hope it's a goblin, cause I'm a monster. Talk to him, see what we have in common. Everyone hate us, everyone scared, everyone feel what they don't understand.
Just come to the dark side. Yeah, you into the dark side. Yeah, see this where the dogs lie. Yeah, you into the dark side. Yeah, you into the Everyone feel what they don't understand, just come to the dark side. Yeah.